The Survivor Tree Group, a group that represents those injured and killed in the 1995 Murrah building bombing, plans to ask Governor Mary Fallin to remove $10 million from the Oklahoma City Community Foundation's control to be divided among victims.
The fund has also stated that it's not available. Well, it's not available because they're taking the principal and they're holding on to that, keeping that secure. But through investments, they're taking all the interest and proceeds and other donations and giving it to the memorial. The memorial cannot buy a hearing aid. The memorial cannot do a lung transplant. The memorial cannot do any of these things. So the money should have gone to the victims of the Oklahoma City bombing.
This request follows a Tulsa World investigation. It found some victims say they were denied assistance by the Oklahoma City Community Foundation. That's a group that oversees the Oklahoma City Disaster Relief Fund. And records show that in 2005, the foundation spent more than $4 million from the fund for other purposes.
We're individuals who need assistance, but we can't get it because they're holding on to the principal and donating interest to outside sources that can't help us.
We find it hard to believe that the governor will not look for ways to dissolve the Oklahoma City Survivors Fund, because at the current time, following the bombing, we were instructed by that fund to apply for state assistance. This is a way to get the bombing victim. We have had to live with state assistance for the last 17 years. We have been a burden on the taxpayers for the state of Oklahoma. This is a very conservative state. Why would we be a burden to the taxpayers when there's $10 million sitting over there to meet our medical needs?
The letter being presented to Governor Fallin from the Survivor Tree Group states, quote, "In light of the investigation by the Tulsa World, we are asking you, Governor Fallin, to close the Oklahoma City Disaster Recovery Fund, Incorporated. We are asking the fund to be closed and distributed among the victims."
The Oklahoma City Community Foundation, which now oversees this fund, is a private organization. It's a nonprofit, like the Red Cross or the Salvation Army. And just like the governor doesn't have control over those organizations and how they spend their money, she doesn't have control over this organization either. When victims of the Oklahoma City bombing come to us and say they're concerned about how the fund's operating, the governor's concerned too. We've met with people at the Oklahoma City Community Foundation. Now we've heard from a group representing some of the survivors of the Oklahoma City bombing. So we're supportive of there being a resolution.
The April 19, 1995 bombing resulted in the deaths of 168 and injured hundreds of others, with 83 people admitted to hospitals. There is much more detail, much more to read on this story, and you can do so online at newsok.com.